The world of car restoration is full of interesting projects, but some stand out more than others. This story is about one of those rare projects that feels almost impossible. It focuses on a Bugatti Chiron, a car known for its extreme engineering and incredible performance. This is not just any car. It is one of the most advanced machines ever built. Every small part inside it has been carefully designed and placed with precision. The Chiron is famous for its powerful engine. It uses a W16 engine with 4 turbochargers, producing around 1,500 horsepower. That kind of power is hard to imagine. It is a car built to go incredibly fast, and everything about it is designed to handle that speed. The engineers at Bugatti spent years perfecting every detail, including the cooling system and internal layout. There's almost no extra space inside the car because everything has a purpose. However, there was one thing that did not match the car's power: the sound. Even though the engine is extremely powerful, the exhaust system makes the car sound quiet and controlled. This is because the factory system was designed to follow noise rules and make the car suitable for public roads. While this makes sense for regulations, it takes away some of the excitement that people expect from a car like this. The owner of the car, Alex, felt that something was missing. When he drove the car, the feeling of power did not match the sound it produced. For a machine with so much strength, the sound should be bold and exciting. So Alex made a bold decision. He decided to change the exhaust system, even though the car is worth millions and already perfectly engineered. This is not something most owners would dare to do. To complete this challenging task, Alex worked with Matt Armstrong, who is known for taking on difficult car builds. Matt understood that this project needed experts, so he brought in a skilled fabrication team. These specialists have experience working on high-performance cars and know how to build custom parts that can handle extreme conditions. The new exhaust system design is very unique. It uses a setup where the pipes from both sides of the engine cross and mix before exiting through 6 outlets at the back. This is very different from a normal exhaust system. The goal is not just to make the car louder, but to create a completely new sound. When the exhaust gases mix in this way, they produce a deeper and more aggressive tone. One of the most exciting parts of this project is the uncertainty. Nobody knows exactly how the car will sound when it is finished. The design suggests that it will be loud and powerful, but the exact sound will only be known when the engine starts for the first time. This mystery adds to the excitement of the entire build. However, building this system is extremely difficult. The Chiron does not have extra space for new parts. Every area inside the car is already filled with important components like cooling lines, wiring, and structural parts. Adding 6 new exhaust pipes means the team has to carefully plan every detail. Even a small mistake could cause serious problems, such as heat damage or vibration issues. To avoid these risks, the team uses advanced planning methods. Before working with real metal, they create digital designs and physical models using 3D printing. These models act like test versions of the exhaust system. They allow the team to check if everything fits correctly and make changes before building the final version. This process helps reduce mistakes and ensures better accuracy. Another important part of the project is the mounting system. The exhaust must stay secure even when the car is moving at very high speeds. This means the brackets and supports must be specially designed. They cannot use standard parts because the conditions are too extreme. Everything has to be custom-made to handle heat, pressure, and vibration. Even though this preparation work may not look exciting, it is very important. It ensures that the final result is safe and reliable. Without proper planning, even the best design can fail. This stage is what makes the difference between a successful build and a costly mistake. In the end, this project is about more than just changing an exhaust system. It is about pushing limits and exploring what is possible. It shows the balance between engineering perfection and personal expression. When the car finally starts with its new system, it will not just be louder. It will have a voice that matches its true power. As the project moves forward, the pressure on the team continues to grow. Working on a Bugatti Chiron is very different from working on normal cars. Every part is expensive, and every mistake can cost a huge amount of money. This means the team must stay focused at every step. There is no room for guessing or rushing work. Everything must be done slowly and carefully. One of the biggest challenges is dealing with heat. The Chiron's engine produces an enormous amount of heat, especially when running at high speeds. The exhaust system must handle this heat without damaging nearby parts. If the pipes are placed too close to important components like fuel lines or wiring, it could cause serious problems. That is why the team spends so much time checking clearances and testing their designs before final installation. Another challenge is vibration. When the car is moving at very high speeds, the forces acting on are intense. The exhaust system must stay stable and secure under these conditions. If it moves too much, it could break or damage other parts of the car. To solve this, the team creates strong custom mounts that hold the exhaust firmly in place. These mounts are designed to absorb stress and keep everything aligned. The fabrication stage is where the real transformation begins. This is when the team starts working with the actual metal pipes. Each pipe must be cut, shaped, and welded with extreme precision. Even a small mistake in angle or length can cause problems later. The team works step by step, constantly checking their progress against the original design. Welding is a critical part of this process. The welds must be strong enough to handle heat and pressure, while also being clean and precise. Poor welding can lead to leaks or weak points in the system. That is why only highly skilled fabricators are trusted with this task. Their experience ensures that the final product is both strong and reliable. As the exhaust system takes shape, the excitement begins to build. For Alex, this is the moment where his vision starts becoming real. He wanted a car that not only feels powerful, but also sounds powerful. Seeing the new system come together brings him closer to that goal. At the same time, there is still a sense of uncertainty. Until the engine starts, no one knows exactly what the result will be. Matt Armstrong and his team understand the importance of this moment. They know that the first startup will define the entire project. It is the moment when all the hard work, planning, and risk finally come together. If everything works as expected, the car will produce a sound that matches its incredible performance. Before that moment arrives, the team performs final checks. They inspect every connection, every weld, and every mount. They make sure there are no leaks and no weak points. This step is important because once the engine is started, the system will be pushed to its limits immediately. There is no easy way to fix problems once everything is fully assembled. Finally, the car is ready. The new exhaust system is installed, and everything is in place. This is the moment everyone has been waiting for. The first startup is not just about sound. It is about proving that the entire project has succeeded. It is the result of careful planning, skilled work, and bold decision-making. When the engine comes to life, the difference is expected to be clear. Instead of quiet and controlled sound, the car should now produce something much more aggressive and exciting. It should reflect the true nature of the engine and the power it delivers. This is what Alex wanted from the beginning. A sound that matches the feeling of driving such an incredible machine. In the end, this project shows what can happen when passion meets skill. It is not just about changing a car, but about improving the experience of driving it. It also shows the courage required to modify something that is already considered perfect. For many people, that would be too risky. But for Alex and the team, it was a challenge worth taking. This build will likely inspire other car enthusiasts around the world. It proves that even the most advanced machines can be customized in new and exciting ways. With the right knowledge and preparation, it is possible to push boundaries and create something truly unique. Now everything leads to one final moment, the first full startup and reaction. The team gathers around the car, knowing that this is a result of weeks of planning and careful work. A Bugatti Chiron is not just any machine, so this moment carries real weight. It is not only about hearing a louder sound, but about proving that the entire system works exactly as intended. When the engine finally starts, the difference is immediate. Instead of a soft and controlled tone, the car now produces a deep, aggressive sound. It feels more alive, more powerful, and more in line with what people expect from such an extreme machine. The new exhaust does not just increase volume, it changes the character of the car. The sound becomes sharper, stronger, and far more emotional. For Alex, this is the result he was hoping for. From the beginning, he believed that the car's sound should match its performance. Now, when he presses the throttle, the response is not only felt but clearly heard. The gap between feeling and sound has been closed. The car finally expresses its true identity. For Matt Armstrong and his team, this moment is just as important. It confirms that their design, planning, and fabrication were all successful. Every decision they made, from the pipe layout to the mounting system, has proven to be correct. This is what makes projects like this so rewarding. The result is not guaranteed, but when everything works, it creates something special beyond the sound itself. This project highlights a bigger idea. Even though companies like Bugatti spend years perfecting their cars, there is still room for personal choice. Some owners want to experience their cars in a different way. They are willing to take risks to make something unique. This project is a perfect example of that mindset at the same time. It also shows how difficult such changes can be. Modifying a car at this level is not simple. It requires expert knowledge, advanced tools, and careful planning. Without these, the risks would be too high. This is why only a small number of people in the world can take on projects like this successfully. Another important part of this build is the way it was shared. By documenting every stage, the team allowed others to see what goes into such a complex project. From early planning to final testing, every step showed the level of detail required. This kind of transparency helps people understand that high-end car builds are not just about style. They are about precision and responsibility. The reaction from viewers and car enthusiasts is likely to be strong. Many people are curious to hear how such a powerful engine sounds without heavy restrictions. Others are interested in the technical side and want to learn how the system was designed and built. This mix of excitement and curiosity is what makes projects like this so popular online. In the end, this story is about more than just changing an exhaust system. It is about pushing limits and exploring new possibilities. It shows that even the most advanced cars can be improved in ways that reflect the owner's vision. It also reminds us that great engineering is not only about rules and limits, but also about creativity and passion. As the car drives away with its new voice, it leaves behind a strong impression. It is no longer just a fast machine. It is a complete experience. The sound, the power, and the design now work together in a way that feels natural and exciting. This is what the project set out to achieve, and it delivers exactly that. And while this build may be finished, the impact of it will continue. It will inspire future projects, new ideas, and more bold decisions in the world of car customization. Because once you see what is possible, it becomes much harder to accept limits. Even after the build is complete, the conversation around this project is just getting started. When a car like the Bugatti Chiron is modified in such a bold way, people have strong opinions. Some believe cars at this level should remain exactly as the manufacturer designed them. Others see projects like this as a form of expression, a way to make something rare even more personal. There is no single right answer, and that is what makes this story interesting. It sits right between two worlds, factory perfection and custom creativity. On one side, you have years of engineering from Bugatti. On the other, you have one owner's vision of what the car should feel like. This project shows that both ideas can exist at the same time. For many viewers, the biggest takeaway is not just the sound or the design, but the mindset behind it. Taking a risk on something this valuable requires confidence and trust in the people doing the work. It also requires a clear goal. Alex didn't change the car just to be different. He changed it to make the driving experience more complete. And that is what makes this project stand out. It is not about making noise for attention. It is about matching sound with feeling and turning an already incredible machine into something even more engaging. Projects like this remind us why people love cars in the first place. It is not just about speed or numbers. It is about emotion, experience, and connection. When those elements come together, even a machine as advanced as a Chiron can feel more human. Looking ahead, this project may have a bigger impact than anyone expected. When a car like the Bugatti Chiron is modified successfully, it opens a door for new ideas. Other owners may begin to think differently about what is possible. Instead of accepting factory limits, they might start exploring ways to personalize their cars while still respecting the engineering behind them at the same time. Projects like this can influence the industry itself. Manufacturers like Bugatti pay close attention to how owners use their cars. If enough people show interest in more emotional sound or experience, it could shape how future cars are designed. In that way, even a single project can have a wider effect. For builders like Matt Armstrong, this kind of work raises a standard. It shows what is possible when skill, planning, and creativity come together at the highest level. It also sets expectations for future builds, where precision and quality are just as important as bold ideas. There's also a lesson here about balance. This project did not ignore the original engineering. It worked around it. Every change was made carefully, with respect for the car's design. That balance between innovation and responsibility is what made the result successful in the end. This story is not just about one car or one modification. It is about how far people are willing to go to create something that feels right to them. It shows that even in a world of advanced technology and strict limits, there is still room for creativity. And maybe that is what makes this story stay with people even after it ends. A Bugatti Chiron was already one of the most complete machines ever built, yet it still had room to change. Not because it needed to, but because someone believed it could feel even better. That idea that perfection is not always final is what keeps innovation alive. Whether it is a small modification or a bold rebuild, progress often starts with a simple thought. What if this could be better? But that what if always comes with risk. Once you start changing something as carefully engineered as a Bugatti Chiron, you are no longer just improving a machine. You are interfering with years of work from some of the best engineers in the world at Bugatti. That is where confidence matters as much as skill, because every decision has consequences that cannot be ignored.